What you call dress? In your old age bleaching, they say dress. In your old age bleaching, they say dress. Yeah, you saw that dress. Pass me the way you see that. You better hear what you bleaching. You better hear what you bleaching. Forest man like you. For God, you don't get one like you. I like it, okay. My uncle, I want to car room.
The approach to be used for our system review engagement is derived from the international standards for supreme audit institutions, contract, and international standard for assurance engagement. It says 3,000 requests. Other than audits or reviews of the
director, our indefatigable managing director that is turning the lights on in Liberia. Colleagues, leaders of IFC, Friends of Liberia, colleagues from SCATEC, on behalf of President Joseph Newman Boykai and the government and people of Liberia, let me extend our greatest thanks and appreciation to SCATEC and our team at the Liberia Electricity Corporation, and to the sector leader, Honorable Weekie and his team, and my team at the Ministry of Finance. We've worked collaboratively over the years to make this day happen. President Boykai was inaugurated on the 22nd of January 2024, and one of the sayings that he loves is that he didn't come to curse the darkness, but he came to power to light the candle. And every day in Liberia, whether it's through road expansion, what we're doing in hospitals, drugs, education, where we'll soon be launching the construction of 100 schools across the country, the fiscal sector, where we are improving the plight of civil servants every year, making sure that they get paid on time, and topping up salaries as the budget expands. And he's lighting the candle. Some of the candles he's lighting are small candles, some are big candles. But today we're not just lighting candle, but we're lighting the light. It's not just candles. Energy is so critical for the delivery of our development agenda. We have a huge development agenda called the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, 5-year development agenda that has key sectors. Beyond this, we in Liberia, working with the World Bank and the African Development Bank, have put together the Liberia Energy Compact. President Weekie joined colleagues, the World Bank leaders and ADB leaders in Tanzania, where we concluded or we signed our compact. And one of the main goals is to increase access to electricity to nothing less than 75% in the next 5 years. Some may think that is ambitious, but President Weekie and the team are ambitious. Our duty is to stretch ourselves to the limit, working with partners like you to achieve, not just achieve that target, but to surpass the target. And from what I see happening, the pace of energy, thanks to my colleague, Sharif, and the team, who have come with renewed energy, I think that we will surpass the target. It is not just generation in terms of hydroelectric or rehabilitation, but the private sector. Oftentimes we talk private sector, but this government is walking the talk. This agreement was started that brings home 23.7 megawatts of power to the power sector is a good signal to the private sector. We need more. We need more, not just in the power sector. We need more private sector engagement, investment in Liberia. The opportunities are huge. Liberia is on the way forward. So let me say thanks to all of you. As a Ministry of Finance, our job is to backstop our line ministries and agencies and our executing agencies like the Liberia Electricity Corporation. From us, all you can be assured of is cooperation, support, and coordination. So, Mr. MD, yes, sir. Please continue to do what you're doing. Every day, our people are getting happy across the country. It's not just through what we're doing through SCATEC. I think just this morning I saw a post of our citizens in Cestus, Riverside County. They are happy that we're turning the lights on in Cestus. They are happy that we're turning the lights on in Barclayville. They are happy that we'll soon be turning the light on in Greenville.
Welcome to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Ceremony of these drugs from the Liberia National Police to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency was Diago, John, members of the Citizens Association are working as well.
Normally they call it opinion or grassy opinion. So ladies and gentlemen, the press, thank you again. We have the OIC here. We will also you want to talk to you people. He is presently in our possession, and we are going to give it to our warehouse now for storage. And we'll let you know at a later date when we'll be able to point it up so that everybody can see it. Okay, but meanwhile, as I told you at the police headquarters, our intelligence are all down to know exactly who are the culprits, the perpetrators. And when we get the information on their arrest, we have to inform people so that you can do publicity on it. Thank you very much. Good work.
So like we said, we are fight against drugs. We're not just targeting the user, we're targeting the trafficker. And our intelligence network is strong. So we are out there. We go after the traffickers, we go after the dealers, and we dismantle their network. We have a very robust team now and ready to serve with sections and with integrity. So again, we are asking the communities to support us in the fight. And there's a joint security effort, as you be aware, this was arrested by the Liberia National Police. So we are moving with integration, and we are moving with all law enforcement institutions. This is not just LDA. We are getting support from the Liberia Immigration Service, from the Liberia National Police, from the Customs, from the NRA, from the Fire Service. We are getting support from even the communities. Even the motorcyclists are prepared to support us in this fight. So we are asking the media community to also join us in this fight. So I want to say thank you for coming. And we are not sleeping. We are awake. The child who said the man will not sleep, the child will not sleep. We are in it. And we are going after them. And we'll weed them out of Liberia. Thank you.
So also I'm Rivara's report for DNS Liberia. You so far since taking over as officer in charge of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Do you think that the agency is somewhat challenged in terms of manpower and logistics to combating those drug traffickers?
The law enforcement sector in Liberia, not just LDA, we will not get 1,000 or 100% of what we want. But I can tell you that we are there, we are reaching there. The government of Liberia is supporting us in every means and bounds to ensure that we go after traffickers. We have resources available at our disposal to ensure that we have this mission accomplished.
Yeah, I'm Joseph Sally and I report for Natl Council as well. So it's only best that we have this conversation with
massive. Without any mobilization on our part, the number of partisans that will be out at the groundbreaking is just phenomenal. Between tomorrow and Friday, we start our own mobilization push, but I don't think it will require much effort on our part. A lot of partisans have reached out, sympathizers have reached out, independents have reached out, ruling party members have reached out, and we expect those people to contribute. We expect majority of them to show up.
You just mentioned ruling party members. And in a press conference given by your committee, spearheaded by you, you said, if I'm straight up the numbers, that I think 18% of contributors are from the ruling establishment. Are those people within government or just partisans of the Unity Party?
Majority of what we see are mid-level and very few senior level officials of government.
Of this current regime?
Of this current regime.
It's a senior level, Councillor. If I know you are a legal man, you want to... Are they ministers, directors?
You want us to know us?
Yeah.
A couple of deputy ministers and one minister.
A couple of deputy ministers and one minister.
Sure.
One would be concerned whether that is not like double dipping or people who've got double alliances, or do you see it as something of a solidarity towards the CDC?
I don't know. I can tell you that a lot of people were outraged at the breaking down of our headquarters, the Bernard compound. A lot of people were disgusted, and some of those people have reached out from all across the aisle.
Not too Hennesusu.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, but let's come to what transpired between last night up to this morning or mid-afternoon.
Sure.
There was news about a particular gentleman, Safi Edwardson, if I've got the name right, claiming that the property, the CDC, is to break grounds on. There was some 5,000 initial payments, and the deal was around 300,000. But first, do you know this individual in question? Have you had any interactions with this person?
Yes. After seeing the picture come out, then I realized I did not recognize the name. But then when the picture came out, I recognized the individual. So our main property is not big enough to hold the entire vision of what the CDC complex should be, right? So while we have the headquarters there and some facilities there, we sought to expand. So we have contacted all of the neighbors of the adjacent properties to enter into negotiations for sale. And he happens to be one that claims the property in the back.
Okay.
So I was taken aback that last night he said he had filed a writ. I was confused. So we tried to ascertain the facts. You know, right now we are in sensitive negotiation. So there are certain things we will not reveal, and there are certain postures we will not take, because you don't want to kill your negotiation over emotionalism. So we had a meeting with him this morning. I believe that some nefarious individuals try to instigate him to distract and disrupt the groundbreaking ceremony. I think this morning he realized that he was pursuing the wrong path. We are back on course. I saw from the court the writ, which I had not seen, have been cancelled. And so I think we're back to the negotiation table for the portions of the lot that he said he owns, which will start again on after the groundbreaking.
Let me say, OIC, within a short period of time, can you give her a raw data how many huge consignment of drugs that you have seen?
The data will be available to the media and to the library people and to the public as they conclude this week.
I'm discussing on the focus on the president will have this project on G's for some level becoming from a neighboring country. That shows that our borders are not touching enough. Why are you doing the working line with the librarian because touching our border?
We're getting additional resources from the government, and by early next week, we will be providing additional support to the Bula communities in Liberia. And the air and sea bullets will also be provide additional support.
So just a follow up. Do you think that you have a manpower to combat drugs?
We have adequate manpower, we have the personnel, we have the ability, we have the agility to respond.
Okay, and enough from Liberia matters. If you are saying that you have enough manpower at the border, or the manpower at the border, you then gave a search warrant to search every vehicle that will enter the country. If so, then what are you doing to warn you?
We did not say we don't have enough manpower at the border. We say we provide additional support at the bordering communities. We have the adequate personnel, we have the ability to respond, we have the ability to appeal, and we are asking the communities to join us in the fight. We are asking all Liberians to join us in this fight, because these things happen within the community. At the table we have, the Liberian National Police have already used consignment of drugs. They have the table for a community member.
So yesterday, your team met with the Senate Committee Chair on Defense and Intelligence. You care to tell us the outcome of that meeting yesterday?
It's still classified as we ready will declassify the information to the public.
So one of the issues you raised yesterday about making you to receive $10 million in the next budget year. Because
I don't have access to that information as of today.
There was no payment of $5,000.
Okay.
There was no negotiation on $300,000.
All right. So you positively did say that yes, you do know the individual.
Yes.
You had a conversation with him about purchasing to expand your project.
Yes.
But no payments were made whatsoever, and it doesn't affect where you'll be breaking ground tomorrow.
No, it does not. Well, when I say it doesn't affect, all of the neighbors in the area, including himself, have said to the extent that you need to use my property for parking, for other activities at the groundbreaking site, you're free to do so. Okay. So
we have seen further than others because we stood on the shoulders of giants. I like to say a good afternoon from across Liberia and the rest of our one world. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, based on your timeline, wherever you are following up from. This is your lunchtime program on Kool 91.9 Kool Radio Hotline. Kool YouTube channel, Kate News, and all of these outlets usually bring you trending events in Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world. It's always good to be back on the 16th day of October, and the year stands at 2025. But remember, today is World Food Day, celebrated across the world. Many countries are member and part of the United Nations. We like to say we can end hunger if we are focused and ready to get it done. But this is your lunchtime program, Mondays to Friday, 12 to 1:30 p.m. We always here. I'm with you both sitting in for your usual host, Natl B. Senior, who is currently not faring too well. I hope you keep me in your prayers and thoughts that he will be back. But I'm the lone sheriff. I'm the lone boss in the last couple of days. Though it's overwhelming, but this is the call of duty, and we have to live up to it. But it's always be kind to the next person and always respect the law and be peaceful, remain kind, religiously tolerant, politically tolerant. I will discuss issues that confront the motherland. Sakano is here this afternoon, sitting behind the camera, letting you to see me from across the world and producing all of the sounds you're hearing, as well on our Kool Radio Online and other outlets following us this wonderful Sunday, Thursday afternoon from the city of Pinzi, Montserrat, Liberia. Welcome to the People's Program, The Heat, and we are certainly here this afternoon.
We'll be using that for parking and for.
I will read you a couple of headlines from Liberia and move into our talking point that is very key and cardinal, which while we are getting report that lawmakers endure power outage during House sections, but the chair on Rules Order Administration shows of continuity, and these is most of the time when some of these things happen, that's the time we go to compare ourselves to America. While our lawmakers from the lower house were having section or the legislature, there was some power outage, and they had to use their phones and other natural light to make sure, but they continue after a couple of minutes. But the chair, James Kool, is telling all these things can happen all over the world, it even happened in America. So yeah, that's good. When we get to something that is something that will embarrass the country, that's when we look for the superpower to compete or compare ourselves with those people. But it's good. The court orders, yes, court cleared CDC for groundbreaking ceremony and made land dispute. So CDC set for the groundbreaking ceremony come Saturday. Yes, indeed, the 18th of October 2025, the Memorial City Court has approved the Congress for Democratic Change CDC to move forward with its planned groundbreaking ceremony that leads to the construction of the national headquarters. Wow, this is a big one. A married man denies pastor impregnation claim, says child belongs to husband. A married man at the center of a scandal involving the pastor James Johnson of the Much Changer Ministry. Yeah, the pastor, he been accused of impregnating another married man's wife, who we've been told reportedly has given birth, and now there are other issues. Wax examiner sentenced to 1 year in prison for wax leak scandal. The Monrovia Ministerial Court has sentenced Augustine Ezize, a former examination officer at the West African examination, because they said he leaked wax scandal. He leaked something that could make people to go ahead and do some other nice thing. And President Braka relieves MFA chief, named interim director at the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. We hear a report that in the last couple of months have been this rigged power struggles in the direction from the Minister of Health and that of Dr. Chris Dubaya of the National Public Health Institute, which the president dismissing yesterday along with his deputy, and there are a whole lot to talk about this wonderful wonderful day in Liberia. Former President Ellen Johnson said he says corruption remains a serious problem, cites disregard for anti-graft laws into the country. Liberia's former President Ellen Johnson has expressed deep concern over the persistent wave of corruption within the country's public sector, saying the problem remains one of the most serious challenges confronting national development. Speaking on the program, Changing Mind, Changing Attitude, air on the Liberia National Television and the Liberia Broadcasting System, Madam Salih lamented that despite the existence of several anti-corruption laws enacted during her administration, many of them are not being respected or implemented. The law are not being respected, Madam Salih asserted. For instance, she said the law that established the county development funds was intended to decentralize financial support, but the law has not been fully implemented. But don't forget former President Ellen Johnson, who once said in her first term taking over your inaugural address that, look, corruption will be public enemy number one, and later vying for the presidency to name it as vampire. Yet there are folks who believe the political way to fight corruption. She did not do it, but she's completing now with her last two presidents who succeeded her, former President George Weah and now the current President Joseph Boakai, who also served 12 years as vice president. But the former president say these people are not living up to the tax, but these are issues that we need to talk about. And we move, flight halted at Kenya International Airport, 1,000 turned out to receive Raila Odinga's body. Yes, former Prime Minister operation flight were briefly suspended at Kenyan main airport. 1,000 Zamuna turned out to receive the body of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga a day after he died in India. Large crowd of Muna carried terms, palm branches, urged security at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport immediately after the body of the former leader arrived on Thursday morning. So there's a whole lot. Raila Odinga body arrives in Kenya for state funeral services very soon. Cameroon, UNDP says former DR Congo President Joseph Kabila seems in Kenya weeks after being sentenced in extension. It's a whole lot to talk about. But yeah, clash back in softened Tunisia protests over pollution turned violent. Clashes erupt in Douala following opposition victory claim in Cameroon election. Africa is moving. That lot of tribute being paid for the former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Odinga. But this is I'd like to welcome all of you to the People's Program this afternoon, the 16th day in October. It's Thursday, and the year stands at 2025. I'm sitting in, like I said earlier, for your usual host and presenter, Natl Biva, Senior. The ambassador is now well, keeping in your thoughts and prayer as wishing well to be back on this platform to bring you all of what training, what of those hard talking points. But it's good that we are certainly here again, to see that, our lawmakers, they said proceeding at the House of Representatives were briefly interrupted on Thursday after a power outage plunged the legislative chamber into darkness for about 30 minutes. Despite the disruption, the lawmakers pressed on with their deliberation using natural lights and mobile phones to continue the session. The House Chair on Rules Order Administration, James Kool swiftly responded to the incident, stepping out of section to coordinate with the maintenance team to restore power through the House's backup generator. And this is what he said. Even in the chambers in the United States, currents can go. Kool said, stressing that temporary power failure are not uncommon and do not hinder legislative business. We hope that they can handle such matter. But this is where we are. Be honest to yourself. I'll take this break and I'll come back. We'll move into our hard talking segment this afternoon on the program. Be honest to yourself.
Then in the back, we'll be using it for cooking and other things, which is not our property. Yeah. It's not the main property, but people have consented that we use it. And so it was important that we get his consent to be able to do those kind of things.
Okay.
And again, We are in negotiations. We are talking, you know, and people are trying to disrupt. Remember the first thing they said, CDC property to the Overhead Bridge, right? When we debunk that, when we killed that, okay, they have now come up and tried to use an individual who realized now he's only trying to be used to disrupt and discourage the attendance for Saturday. But the good thing is, as I said, you know, I was not moved because I knew it couldn't have been coming from that individual. It was coming from people who were trying to influence him to disrupt Saturday's program. Get a raid, and then we'll send the police out there to make sure nobody go on the property, and whether or not it's CDC property or it's your property, we'll say it's all your property, and we can then disrupt and drive. And that has failed because the individual, as I said, we had a meeting this morning because I was confused as to his claims and his posture, and he said he immediately called to withdraw it. I think you see Jones & Jones, Councilor Cyril Jones, has denied, as it was reported, that he has participated in this latest failed attempt to disrupt the CDC.
Now, Councilor Kofa, from what I understood, you now do have permission from adjacent property owners to use their properties for parking lot.
Please be honest to yourself. Let me say good afternoon to all of you following the live podcast, wherever you are across the world. We certainly here. This is your afternoon lunchtime program, The Heat, and it's founded on Kool 91.9, Kool Radio Online, Kool YouTube channel 2, as well as Kid News. But we're here. I'm Weekie Brooks, and let me say to all of you who normally follow and watching, viewing, and making your comments, good afternoon to our board chair, Henry White, and you know, usually call him Supreme or Captain, and the folks there, Joe Amara, my very good friend and brother, Michelle. Good morning to you, Bowie, and good afternoon, rather, to all of you, and good afternoon to you, Mr. Zezebien in Tinker's Village. The pre-birthday lady Salumi Bien, you also celebrate your birthday on the 21st of October. That's going to be next Tuesday. We wish you all the God-chosen blessing, and we say, never mind, and take our heart and our deeper condolences to you, Mrs. Zaudebian, for the loss of your brother, blessed being as well. And to all of you who following this wonderful afternoon, Mrs. Cecilia Crab, Mr. Carker, John Jacobs, and, you know, Melvin P. and all of the folks following Christiana Blay as well. You guys are fully welcome. Now, this is the hard talking point, and I want Liberians to sit back, or foreign national, those of you who follow us from across the world, whether you in, you know, a war-torn country but have access to the internet, you can still get us. But we wish all of you well. We celebrate war, you know, War Food Day. Hope food can reach out to folks in the Gaza, in Sudan, in DR Congo, in Yemen, and other parts of the world where conflicts are ravaging the lives of people who are struggling. But we are here again. Now, you know, most of the times, fingers are pointed at our lawmakers of how they conduct themselves. People will allege that some of them don't know the cardinal functions, why they've been elected. They are there for the paycheck, and they will abandon the districts, the counties, and a whole lot of things being said about them. But these people have people who normally enhance the work in terms of result of productivities, make it much easier for them. You know, they got a lot of other folks working for this, working for that. They got central staff and all of these things. Most of the time, some of the employees are the first branch of government, the national legislature. Most often complain about the kind of treatment. Most often the bosses are done. The little that they earn, they use it for transportation to get to the job sites, to eat, to do some other things. People have to join and do this and do that. A whole lot being said over the period of time. But here is it. The House of Representatives have initiated a process. They would look at it, trying to review, and people are critiquing it as well. You know, where they want to procure vehicles. They want buy vehicles for the chiefs of office staff, the people who control all of the offices, whether you come from district, this district, that, your chief of office staff, to make the work more efficient, effective, and place them in a position where they can work. But also, while you're following the broadcast, you can still win some cash too as well. And cell phone, you go and play *799 *11#, $111 or 70 cents. Play multiple times, and we will call you. You will thank us later. The radio entertainment like that, who cash giveaway. We gave it some cash prizes, phones, there are a lot of things. Saturday, somebody's going to be winning a brand new motorbike. Somebody did last Saturday, and you can do the same. So don't play one time, play multiple times. Put 2, 3, 4. It's just $111 or 70 cents US. You can play and be part. So now, the lawmakers from the lower or the assembly, they are concerned about the chief of office staffs, because these are people who also working for them. We'll give you all of the other side and how people are reacting and looking at things. Now, so the House of Representatives, they are reviewing a proposal seeking the procurement of vehicles valued at US $15,000 each for all chiefs or office staff serving members of the 55th legislature. So the proposal, while we understood, introduced during Tuesday regular section, the first sitting day of the third quarter of the second section, was forwarded to the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance for evaluation in consultation with the House's leadership. So the committee has been tasked to assess the feasibility, necessity of the procurement and report back with recommendation. It has not happened, but this is what these people want to happen. The guys who are in the position, running these offices, getting things done. Now our lawmakers are saying from the lower house, look, our folks deserve our chief of office staffs. We want to initiate a process, a national budget, that we can buy vehicle each, $15,000 each for these people who are serving in this position. So they initiated, let me show you some of the guys, or call some of the names of our great honorable. The initiative were proposed through a joint communication from Honorable Anthony McAtermott, Honorable Prince A. Toll, Honorable Priscilla A. Cooper, and Honorable J. Ellis Rent, who cited growing logistical and transportation challenges confronting the chiefs of office staff in performing their administrative and oversight duty. According to these lawmakers, the chief of office staff play a crucial role in supporting the legislature's core function, representing, making laws, and oversight, and often act on behalf of the representatives doing official engagement, because sometimes they send these people to go. Now, Erin Jawolo, who is the executive director of Natl, who recently, there was this heated exchange, made fuse, a lot of reaction on his comment, asking the former president George Weah be honored with the monument for his sportsmanship and leadership over the period of time, which people said, no, we will celebrate the player and not the politician, because there are folks who believe that on the soccer page he was successful, he's a match, and he deserved it, but when it comes to leadership, he was poor over the period of time. In the time he served as president for 6 years, they saw a lot of things that took place, and there are folks who believe that leadership brought a lot of great things a lot of traction, a lot of great men to Liberia. Mixed reaction. Now, this is what Eddie D. Jawler wrote. He said the House of Representatives initiated to procure vehicles valued at US $15,000 each for the 73 staff chiefs of office staff serving members of the 55th legislature is commendable as it supports the operational efficiency of legislative offices. There he says it's good, but he came with another pushback. He said, however, for greater fiscal prudence, I will advise that the legislature consider an alternative approach. Send each lawmaker currently receive a vehicle every 3 years. They could turn over the initial vehicle to the chief of office staff at the end of the first cycle. The lawmaker will then receive a new vehicle, $45,000, while already planned for the next year or for the next 2 years. It promotes a cost-effective, sustainable use of public funds in line with public expectations for responsible governance. Now, we know by law, our lawmakers from the lower house, in 6 years, you receive 2 vehicles, $45,000, $45,000, the cost. As senators, the senators will receive 3 vehicles in a period of 9 years, where people say, arguing that on their own, it's difficult to see them purchase vehicles in 6 years to even buy 2 vehicles, or in 9 years to buy 3 vehicles. But it's by law. So now they are saying the chiefs of office staff in those offices of the 73 district, they want to see how best they can review, look at these things and say, look, but there's a need that we buy vehicle for our chief of office staffs at the cost of 15,000 United States dollars each. Now, here are some of the points people are making. Come to think about it, so many lawmakers, before even the 6th year, some of them will change the chief of office staff like 3, 4, 5 times. You know, apparently, sometimes we hear some of these reports. Maybe 2 times, 3 times, based on maybe differences or whatsoever. You won't bring this person in because when a lawmaker, when these people get elected, they take these people with them because these people are not in central administration so easily. But you represent, you know, who's your administrative assistant, your executive secretary, your security, your chief of office staff, your administrative assistant, all of these different positions are there. So sometimes that's why when the lawmakers, some of the lawmakers, when they lose their position, all of these people will go with them, except somebody want to retain them or the mindset will wire them into central administration to become civil servant or whatever and be hired as a consultant and start to work. Now, the question people are trying to ask, in whose names? How do we procure? Who's going to manage this vehicle? Not just buying it, but you will have to give these people things to manage the vehicles and whatsoever. Will it be done a bidding process where GSC, the PBCC will be involved in this? Now, the day one man wakes up and says he's changing the chief of office staff and decide to possess the vehicle, because 1 minute you might have it and suspend your chief of office staff and say park the vehicles because there are other folks who are playing crucial role. What's the accountability Because we need to know all of these things. People are asking. I hope people are listening. What happens? We bought a new vehicle for this district or the 73 districts in our country. And we went to election. And you did not win. And there's a new representative for the district. Who gives the account for the vehicle? Will you also take it along? Because normally our lawmakers, the vehicle are bought for them for the work. So when they go to elections and did not win, they go with these things. So we will be asking now. Saying these people are not elected officials, but they will be appointed by you. And now you are asking to procure a vehicle for them. Will the vehicle be left while upon your departure for the next person who comes in, whether the by-election or the general election? Are we taking that, or we want to prove to the world that we got so much money, we're wasteful, we want to prove something, and all of these things? With the economy of our country, don't get us wrong. These guys are very key in the kind of work they do to help our lawmakers run the district effectively, and they are very efficient in the process. But we're going to be asking 15,000. You know, we still guys on used car. If we are going, can we find brand new vehicle for our chief of office staff for 15,000? If yes, so why not can our lawmakers to see the economic condition of our country and say, look, but we can go for this. We can, you know, amend or repeal the law and see, looking at the economic condition. You are in for the 5,000. The next person, your chief of office staff, 15,000. When some of the used guys area you walk there now, you can see 5,000, 10,000, you know, 4,000, whatsoever, to run the show. But when these people are dismissed by you, because you talking there, when they are dismissed by you, all of what there comes to an end. It is because of you they are taking salaries. Because when you are no longer there or have management or central administration informed that this person has been replaced, this person has been dismissed, those people do not receive whatever salary or benefits. Now we have a vehicle. And the next thing, maybe you don't see the vehicle any longer. The lawmaker think that he needs to possess it. Who in charge, or who going to be in charge of the vehicle? Will the central administration of the national legislature? They say, yeah, once somebody comes in to replace the people, we assign a vehicle to this person and chief of office staff. Or you just want to have it bought and being used for other means. And this is where we are. These folks been performing some very key duty for our folks over the period of time. Some of them have been there for ever so long. Some of them were with other folks when those folks lost election. Other lawmakers who were there saw their performances and said, look, I will take this person can help me do my job, get things done properly. On the general level, on the overall, what's the interest and the welfare of the startups? Are we taking into consideration too that these people are also playing key role in getting the jobs done for these people? The bosses are down. The folks from the University of Liberia, other institutions are complaining as well. If our lawmakers will want to have 15,000 Natl each to purchase vehicle for the chief of office staff, what happened to our lecturers? What happened to those who are all to, you know, we see some of our nurses who are working with public institutions, no means of going to work. And they get to these places. What happened? Like the National Police, some of the depots, the zones are auto vehicles, motorbikes, and all of these things. But this is a proposal. Don't take it out of context now. We're looking at from all sides. And you know me how to discuss. I discuss reality. It's not for you to feel the way you want to feel. It's about just reasoning. You don't accept, well respected. You accept, well respected, because you don't take or add anything to me. That's not my worry on those things. Be honest. If this is this initiative worth it at this time, come to think about who controls the vehicle. That's what you want. Because we see lawmakers will take telephone and call the chief of office staff, some of the lawmakers now. We like to speak reality. And say that guy every morning, make sure you carry my children to school first. And you having problem why your chief of office staff is even getting. Now the chief of office staff now say the chief of office staff, he needs driver. The person who drives the car must be on government wage bill again. Because they almost look like assistant minister. Try to get a minister, deputy assistant minister, performing the duty in the offices. So when they start to talk and say, look, we need to do this. We need to do that. The next thing, some of you, your wives, your spouses, they start to call. I have in the other pocket, I'm going to finish tomorrow. Please bring a car. Beyond the scope of operation, and when somebody takes action, it leads to dismissal or suspension. Yeah, I like to say error. I know Liberians, especially our leaders when they are in position, a lot of them, not all, but I know how they perform. The heads get so solemn, and absolute power corrupts the mind. And you see yourself infallible as a demagogue. And so all of these things, we try to put it in perspective. Do we, at this time, are we prioritizing our priorities? Are we? Because somebody may sit somewhere and say preposterous. Very unthinkable to see people making these kind of requests at this time. Now, here's the other part of it. When a certain government, the government is wasteful, the government corrupt. But these are lawmakers, conglomerations of various political party representations, independent candidates, they are all there. But these are what they are. So, the district number 4 lawmaker, Honorable Michael Thomas, or Maserati, this initiative was proposed through a joint communication from these lawmakers that we're going to name. Joint communication. You got on Anthony Marcus Thomas, a man who a lot of folks in district 4, Maserati County are praised for his humanitarian gesture, while other folks believe he's not accessible and he's running the show on his own. And he doesn't care, he's arrogant, while others believe that he's somebody who is accessible, who you can reach to. Now you come to Honorable Prince Toll as well. Honorable Prince Toll of district number 8. District number 8, district number 7. Maserati County as well. Yeah, district number 8. Yeah, I got it. District number 8. And you got District 5 lawmaker in Maserati, Priscilla Cooper, who also there, and you got Honorable Ellis Grant from the Southeast, who are citing the growing logistical and transportation challenges confronting the chiefs. Yeah, these are some of the challenges you see. Now we're talking about buying these things for the chief of office staff. Let's come take into consideration again. You talk about the 73. Will we buy vehicles for chief of office staff that if the man is a representative in Maryland, sign the Grand G, the Lofa, Bapulu, River G, Grand Kool, Riverside, Grand Basso, Bombing. Would they have access to the road? Will we be purchasing a vehicle that can enhance the working as far as to the districts that they are chief of officer in the offices of these people? Or is just going to be a vehicle to ride around here because we got some of the nice roads are all here? Because we know we have seen the $45,000 allotted in the national budget over 3 years to purchase vehicles for lawmakers. We have seen them purchasing vehicles that every time if they are to go out in the liberal counties, districts they represent, they normally don't carry these vehicles because these vehicles are not vehicles worthy for the roads condition on the side. So they will leave their package in the garages and prefer to rent, or sometimes they use the duty-free privileges to bring in some Highlander and other vehicles that they cool. But YM, Monrovia, Painesville, Douala, other places, single driving to work, they are all riding the flashy and luxury car to work. So they will leave these things. Sometimes they go to car rental services. Maybe they say, look, I need a Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm going all the time for 1 week, 2 weeks. I'm going to be there. I'm going to my district. I need to visit my people in towns and villages. The roads are bad. I can't take the kind of vehicle that I need to take this kind of, maybe you want Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma. Well, I said, this is what I want. Then we asked, how are we going to manage and maintain these things? Because there are folks who now will be saying, we sit in other positions and we don't have these things. So what happens if other folks in the executive too now, okay, we want to procure vehicles for all of our chief of office staffs. Then the county superintendents come and say, we want to procure for all of our chief of office staff. And the senators too now come with theirs. We want to procure for all of our chief of office staffs. You know, there are some civilized, responsible, kind-hearted lawmakers who have done these things for the lawmakers, for their staffers. I've given vehicle to the chief of office staff. So listen, to enhance the work. There are folks who would say, okay, this car belongs to the office. They show that some of you who are living far can get you to work much easier, but it's in the care of the chief of office staff. You know, and they work the way through. And sometimes some of the lawmakers personally will say, look, this car for the chief of office staff, but all of the other staffers in the office, you can coordinate with me. You know. And there are some who have given and said, no, for your time, this is for you. So in whose name we're going to be buying this vehicle that when this lawmaker no longer there? Because these people are not in elected position. So because they're no longer there, so the meaning he carries it or she carries it, the new batch of people that can, we go and get some money and procure new sets. Are we prioritizing our priorities? Because we got competing priorities in this country that must be handled, carefully looked at, and we get the needed result. Yes. So I'll go back and play you this song again. Please be honest. Yeah, be honest to yourself.
Nothing like that sort will lead to trespassing because you've got a consent from them.
That's correct.
Yeah. The project, according to you, it needs to be expanded, and you in negotiations with those who own properties around there.
What to expand? Our discussions have been purchased. Okay, everything will be in the name of the CDC. I mean, we could have gone. You know, some people say, oh, you know, the government will try to disturb you, so you're secretly be buying it, and you're putting in people's name, and you're doing things secretly. And you know, I had a conversation with the stand-up era. He said, look, We are a political party. We're doing nothing wrong. So we do everything in the name of the CDC because that's what our partisans own. That's what our partisans want to see. If the government wants to disrupt, if some individuals want to disrupt, we are prepared for them. And the caveat goes out. Okay, our citizens, our partisans are going to be out on Saturday, regardless of what you try to do. And please don't try to interrupt them. They are going to be peaceful. They are going to be law-abiding, and they are coming in their numbers. No doubt they will be in their numbers on Saturday.
The main property that you'll be carrying on the groundbreaking exercise on the 18th, what's the ownership like? Have you purchased it?
Yes.
Because we saw some different narratives on social media that it's owned by one Johnson in the States, and the property owes, I think, about $150,000 in taxes, allegedly. Have you been able to?
All of that is the propaganda. I will show you the taxes that have been paid on that property. I'm sorry you brought it up. But I will show it. I'll show it to you. Taxes is all up to date on the taxes. The Johnson name is a new name to me. Look. When I built this building that we're in now, a week after we moved in, somebody came and said they own this property. You know, I'm still here 3-4 years later. Okay, property issue in Liberia, everybody tries to claim.
As we make Liberia a better place. So to all of you who watching, keep sharing, leaving your comments. We'll try to read some of the comments, and as well we will tell you have the chance to win some cash this afternoon, the 16th day of October. Couple of days to go to Miss Gosha Salome being birthday on next Tuesday, and to all of you who are going to be celebrating or have already celebrated, I understand today is the birthday of Dr. Fire daughter T. Ramel C. Johnson of Poly Academy. She celebrates her birthday on today, and you have it from your father Ruben C. Justin Sr., your mother, your brother, all of the same address. You call him Dr. Fire, and I'd like to wish Salome being happy pre-birthday. And to all of you who are going to be celebrating your birthday, who already did, you know, it comes once a year, so you take care of it. Don't misuse it. Don't go above the limit. You know, there is no anything worth dying for. But let's go for our commercial commitment this afternoon. As soon as we come back, the lines will be activated. You speak to what was being discussed, because if you go off track, I will bring you back and you might not like it.
Introducing Marie Sanitary Pad, the ultimate solution for every woman comfort and confidence during that time of the month. With Marie, every moment becomes effortless and worry-free. Ladies, we understand the importance of feeling comfortable and secure during your period. That's why Marie Sanitary Pad are designed with your needs in mind. Our ultra-soft, breathable materials provide all-day comfort so you can move with ease and confidence. Marie pads are equipped with advanced leakage protection, keeping you dry and fresh throughout your busy day. Say goodbye to leaks and hello to peace of mind. Super soft and provide unparalleled comfort for sensitive skin.
I have tried so many brands, but nothing compares to Marie. It's like they were made just for me. I feel secure and comfortable no matter what I'm doing.
Experience the difference with Marie's sanitary pads. Available at all drugstores, pharmacies, stores, and fuller shops. For wholesale, visit Lucky Pharmacy and Redemption Pharmacy. Call 2929 for free information. Try them today and discover what true comfort feels like. Marie, the latest choice.
So you can go there and try your certain colors and tell her thank you later. But let me read some of the messages coming on the screen this afternoon on the program, The Heat. And this will come from David Ritchie. He writes, he said, I'm following you from Soul Clinic Community. And Lucia Davis, okay, and this one comes from Emmanuel S. Bubba, said good afternoon. And this one comes from Nikki Jackson, said I'm following you from my Concord Time resident. Good afternoon. And this one James Fokpa, said I'm following you from RIA. Good afternoon. Clinton Williams, said good afternoon. And I'm following on SKD Boulevard Junction. Thank you for the update. Mahamadu Salu Jalo, say love and strength Lawrence Gadier Red Jr. said, I'm watching. Lawson Augustine Lagasha Winston Jr. Senior said, good afternoon, Ambassador VAR, and this national fascinating and stimulative discussion for my Painesville resident. Amara Kanise on Europe from Yeke 5D10. And Zono Livingston Jackson said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. And I'm watching him live from Red Light. Emmanuel J. Connor said, good afternoon, and I'm following for Concord Time, Pacus Island Community. Thank you for the update. And Papi Keita said, good afternoon, Kool family from Dupotro. Abraham Seon said, good afternoon, Weekie, and I'm watching you for Bernard's Farm, FDA Junction near the Graceland School. Thank you for the show. And Ambassador Pee Wee Kennedy said, good afternoon. Following live from Pipeline Turning Point at my Taylor Shop, District number 3. Thank you, Pee Wee. And Jennifer A. Badio say, and I'm watching you from ELW Rehab Resident. And Gatte Harris, Gatte say, I'm watching you live from Visual Media Incorporated office in the community. And this one comes from Gabriel Conto, Gabriel Conto, okay. In the middle, say, good afternoon, Weekie. In the tunnel, and I'm following you guys from So Clean the Painesville City. Thank you for that. And the man who always writes and always mentions me in such a manner, he said, Emmanuel M. Kellyman said, good afternoon, Ambassador Weekie Books, teacher, instructor, professor, and Emmanuel M. Kellyman, and I'm watching you from 72nd Community. Thank God for Mama Liberia. Noah Lupolu said, good morning. I said, good afternoon, Ambassador. I'm following live from Johnsonville Turning Point this afternoon. Thank you for the update. And Augustine S. Kekula said, good afternoon, Mr. Brooks. Following from G-Lab Health Center, 72nd Junction. Thank you for the update. It's time we go to the lines and you speak exactly on what we have discussed this wonderful, wonderful afternoon. So be part of the conversation. You dial *9*11#. You play the radio entertainment Kool cash. You win for yourself 4,000 or cell phone and other things. So keep playing, and we hope. But let's go to the lines, and you can call us now on 0775 919 919 080 919 are the numbers. Let's talk to this caller on this afternoon. Good afternoon, your life.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brooks.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
My name is for the church. We have waited this afternoon from around the national capital, Beckerman. So, folks, thank you for the contribution of the people in the days to the time. Before I came up, my financial support is a step towards losing management. So, the people observe that without the leadership, the country's resources of production remain and never become. Now to the topic, which also I'm going to read that it is because our leaders, they are lacking the leadership, and it's why they are misusing our resources. Are you telling that there will be $3 million to be used to budget?
Yeah, in the tomb of $1.9 million for all of the chief of officer. Yeah, but it could be something that maybe trying to enhance the work, but maybe it might not be timely, but they're trying to look at the review, but we talk to bring it to you to weigh into, because these people are also working your life. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
But I can't get a feel of the whole group. But what have you everybody for these people? Of what the is growing up. Who needs the car?
Yeah, that's what we're asking as well, because sometimes some of the lawmakers normally will dismiss these people, suspend them, and replace them. So, will the car be bought in? Who needs? It's a GSA that controls it, or central administration at the legislature to say that once you present this person as the chief of officer, we present this guy. When this person is dismissed, will the car turn over? We control it until another person comes in to replace whoever been, you know.
Okay, so they don't do. I think people will buy from bosses, right? They will buy bosses. I mean, 2 people bosses and so the people are point. That if what they will pick up that and go to where on first. That would be a better thing. It's just by individual fact.
Okay.
So thank for the topic, but that's what idea.
All right, thank you. We respect that, and others will weigh in. Your life. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my name is Choco Martin. I'm calling from here. Weekie, the socialists for our country money. They bring social in the country. They not for only the lawmakers. The thing that we want to do. I think the lawmakers have 45,000 dollars. Why they can tell the office party can't work for me, better the judge and pick it up and carry it to work. For you have to go together.
So sometimes the people that didn't even function.
You see? But then, when they have to, I know they have to send the function for the matter of fact is that money that is talking for, they shouldn't agree with it. Because when they have to do it, maybe the minister will say, oh, I need to come for my office staff. We're talking about hospitals here. We're talking about school. We're talking about roads. We're talking about many things of this country. They want to stay beyond of development. And people in the cabinet, they can't come with different decision for what?
Okay, thank you. Let me talk to somebody who once served as chief of office staff of one of the lawmakers. Yeah, I'm sure he's want to weigh in from an informed background and what's his own take. Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Let me take good afternoon to the people of Nigeria. My name is Natl, the national chairman of the former national congress of the RNP. Precisely to your conversation, you know, for me as an individual, I don't see it necessary because I know that money to be used to purchase vehicles for chief of office staff or offices of lawmakers, you can be diverted to empowering the people to fight drug crime in our country. You can also
even if the money is made available, you think these lawmakers will have that mind to give it to these people to purchase it, or will give the purchasing power to GSA, or go through bidding process, maybe one of the used car area or they could just take charge of it again and we hear another noise.
That is the selfish part of it. That is the reason why I say let it be directed to the health sector. Because like we don't have a challenge when it comes to health. I mean, when it comes to the health needs of our people, and you can support the health sector. Say for example, as soon that is the truth, that you know that currently there are some lawmakers who have not yet appointed for officer. Some of them, as soon as they get elected, people who compete with them in the strong community, start to go and government and put it in video. They may have 3 cars already. If they one of the legislators in the fiancé at home, she's using the other car with the legislator, now a lawmaker. So as soon as you create that gap, that is finding car for people on the car, they never find the government, we forgot whatever so long and do on the power.
You're speaking from experience?
I'm speaking from experience. I was there. Some of them go to the legislature, they have to appoint the people authority, officer that is being paid by the government of Europe. They go there, they appoint 3 persons. The rest of the officer money they eat it. That's service is here they are. So you cannot have full set the resources about the country with struggling to make sure that we deal with the struggling of our people, and you take to act out for people all the time. The project projection has to advance to them is that currently when we were there, the people on the side of the coming last 800 years. So in order to make most people say that after out the salary and trying to find who can buy it.
You think that they can be on loan and be taking and paying over the period of time, right?
Yeah, very good. They could find a car company and then work there. The salary is going and take cars, and paying all the other products there. The budget. And the picking up points. But these lawmakers, you see, they are elected by the people. They go to the legislature and pay by the taxpayer money. The people empower them to appoint chief of officer who will be qualified and competent. There is no that rule for the legislator. To say there was a that rule for the legislator who say, if you come here and you beat legislative policy with the legislature, with the story with the legislature.
The sole power rests just within those individuals. Okay, thank you, Dishu. Let's talk to other callers. Yeah, the debate is well heated this afternoon. Your life.
Sorry for your job. Yeah. Over there is acting when I'm coming from Johnson. Go to the girlfriend. Go. I also want to ask you one question. If you put the question and everything will be into it. Is it institutional? If you are representative or senator, I don't know, the senator is your own senator. Are they entitled to give car to their office staff or?
No, that's why they want to see how best they can initiate the process. That is now there. So, but that's why they want to initiate now to see how best they can put it in. Because these people are the people who will discuss the budget. So when they find means and sources in, when they tell you that it's right, it's legal, it went through budget scrutiny, what you do?
Oh, no, but then some of them will say they don't keep spending staff. Obviously, whatever staff will be staff.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You like?
Good afternoon, Weekie Brooks.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. My name is French Fatima and I'm joining from the Gandhi in the Electoral Center of FJ District 4.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me appreciate you for such a brilliant talking point this afternoon as it relates to the national legislature. I think we made mistake to elect people who lack vision, people who are not nationalistic and patriotic. So for that reason, we expect this kind of behavior and attitude because we elect people who does not seek the interest of the people, but all they do is to seek their personal interest. I think it's unfortunate that Barry and individual that someone in the level of 21st century will be thinking that way. If you want to purchase the ego for your chief of officer, dignifying their job that they do for you, I think it is experience that what you work for, they can dip into what you work for to dignify their work. For comparing government to take money that is here for other purpose and being used to dignify or satisfy your staff, I think it is something that.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Yeah, thank you, Weekie Bro. Thank you very much for your talking. Weekie Bro, they put 103 lawmakers, both senators and representatives. They should get that record to be 900 plus. Are you kidding me? 900 plus? Oh, my people, we die in the country. You people have made your data already here in National Bank. Your data for everything. Yes? Some always matter to do for your data for everything. Some always in the weekend. They can be advocate for us in our house there. The disabled people, physically challenged, blind people, they can even put in for us for everything in our house there. Where are we heading? Other countries, the people can even sponsor the people, they get them on allowance, they get them allowance every 2 weeks because of their condition. Like, bro, nothing like that.
Okay, we will advocate for you people. We'll continue to talk. You're live.
Yeah, good afternoon, my ambassador, Mr. Bruce.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, my name is State Manager. We are fully from Poro Junction.
Man, please go ahead.
Yeah, our Lord Maker, we are not in the interest of us. There, so we have 73 representatives over there. Now, if you are purchasing vehicle for all of those COS, then imagine, calculate, see the hospital, see our educational sector, everything is very much challenged. You know, nothing for you, the older people, the older people in the street, they are even they're dying on the street right now, or body is like, and they're home, there's nothing he has, but he just died there. Oh, is it you are taking a vehicle to buy for COS? Why is there no gratefulness and wickedness? What soon are people to God? Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe they could be making a lot of sense, but the way how it will be presented, but that's why they trying to initiate a process, but it's going to be reviewed and looked at. But do we need it? That's why we're asking. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, Weekie, and good afternoon to my friend and friend people. Weekie, let me say I'm never the kind of seller where I hear the person. Weekie, this government, I'm enjoying this government because I was not know but now I know. Just imagine my own father called Martin Sergio. This man is a man I told you how the bullet was because he's a diligent, but he makes you to know that I am enjoying the interior of this individual. I'm telling you, my current pilot. They got two places. They want the dollar and using probably one of the places using senator.
You very know how to keep it. So like if I like talk about I say you using one of the plates that he gave to his daughter?
Already I'm using one of the plates my girlfriend now she's using one of the plates using representative if I'm not telling you now.
I think the whole relationship can be finished, Joe.
Come again?
You think a man will tell you he wants to see you and my daughter again?
No, he just do that because he know the government has told him that I'm married because of the military I'm going for this government. So now I just want to say because so wicked to need all this because they America, but I tell God that it's because they go there.
Thank you. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Yeah, good afternoon.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I call for the issue. My name is Lawson, a Gosling Sagacious Christian. So, here's a who initiated, but then who will take the benefit? You see that one of the concepts, there are lawmakers around here who use who their children they use in their place. They just go to court. So we're talking about buying a purchasing vehicle for the office staff who want to take some responsibility. There's some of the lawmakers we keep some of them are cutting down their staff salary. You know, because they think that they want to go to the issue of the real capital in the marriage, which of course is unfair. So I think by admission of work boss, what it says, the admission of work boss, then all the staff will go to a bigger topic point. I think that would be good. And when you say that you put it down for your staff, you see your child is getting out and then it's illegal. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you as well. Let me talk to this caller. You're live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, after Weekie.
Good afternoon.
This is about the brutal women's study for just in most of the country. But the Weekie, probably everything records, try their best and put a work on time. So why is it that it's so long because of taking people and get one of our taking of 4 people on your own. So are you telling me that these lawmakers cannot provide for our own record? So we should budget, we should have another money again to bring the stuff. This country, the country is a wasteful country, we need. It's a wasteful country. All private entity can breakfast, can try and go to work. So we should look at the special money again. Well, in the hospital, people are in the market profit. People are placing in the market. It's profit and take what they put only review process. So they want water. But if they get a pool of the money here, then a grabbing a bit of water instead. Not stop corruption in this country. Thank you.
Let's look at all of the issues this afternoon. Let's talk to other callers. You live?
Yeah, so good afternoon, Weekie. Good afternoon, Natl. So for me, then I'm going to take on the issue. For me, I don't have power on the cover of the car. But if they want to purchase a car, we give them 2 cars, 3 cars, to the senator, 2 to them for a season. Let them reduce the car to 1. Let them reduce all the car down to 1, the 2, they want to take 3, take 1. They want to take it 1, take 2, take 1. They borrow money for a reserve for a purpose, but not our money where we don't do. To them, they can use it for their own purpose. They will not be a president for many they want to the street. Then many will go to the street go because that's what they want to do with the country and they will protect the Guinea too. Thank you.
Let's talk to this caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is actually I'm calling for this visa. I think my own about to Lagos where it's at for the right for 5,000 naira. He is a money. 40,000 naira. He gave 5,000 naira with the staff of the UK. Thank you.
Okay, thank you as well. You're live.
Good afternoon. I'm pleased to make up to work on the full 4
Go ahead.
Yeah, Weekie, thank you for the beautiful show the afternoon. Look, first of all, I would like to speak to the lawmakers. You know the problem of Liberia. Although expensive car you are buying, at least each lawmaker can even generate either 1,000 from out of their salary to solve that other problem will be all right. Right now, we're talking about drugs, going to the rural hospitals to save lives. We're taking on that one. Then we're talking about Starbucks. Please, don't look into that one and tell us, I'm not see
so that he to put pressure on the government. That one that you put begin and run around for you to get a vote to get in a position. Everything will not be on the government. Everything will not be on the government. You think about the country promise. Money is not already coming to the country there. Another one, just say your agency. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So I'm begging you guys.
Okay, let's say that for other folks. Good afternoon. Please go ahead, sir. You're live. 0775 919 919 080 919 919 the two numbers, the lines activated. Let's talk to other callers. Good afternoon, welcome to the heat.
Yeah, in particular, Weekie, yes, they are the judge in there. We are not the only judge because you all put on we are the judges. You are one of the judges too. Yeah? So you think the people call their squash car, gas slips, and you will already get free car or the fast out car. If they call all the one and put it together, they can't pass a vehicle for their staff. Now, when the front staff, according to the bar, already when they call the figures when you're protesting for their field. Moment, need joking in the country, everything will bring a country to go and have all money. The money was here, the money is here. That was not beyond the people, man. Yeah, man. And stop this joking there.
Okay, let's talk to other callers. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the heat. Good afternoon, go ahead.
Thank you for thank you for the show. Well, you know, the issue about Liberia, when the thing is not in your interest, keep against it. Everything about Liberia is our interest. All those that call this thing, oh, they're not supposed to, chief of officer, not supposed to carry a car. Or get director there in government, the government get a car. So chief of officer is almost like a director.
Yeah, they're almost like assistant minister, but you know, yeah, that.
They'll be working by land to go to work all the time. If they break through to working on capital building or chief of officer looking for keke to go to work. That's a disgrace.
But you know where people are having some of the contentions are. You know, what is this an act of national legislature that these people will be acquired some of the, you know, help or support for what they do? But you know, autonomous agency created here, you have to have director, assistant director, other people with cards. But people asking now, the lawmaker in 6 years, if you are representative, you got 2 cards. You are senator, you got 3 cards. So they are now asking, can they go back and see that in that period of time, can we work within the budget to see how we can procure car for these people, or we just look for extra money which way? That's what some people ask me.
No, looking for extra money which is wrong. I think that for what you're saying, what would be necessary to do is the 6 years you can get 1 car for 6 years. You understand?
Yeah.
Then the other car in question, then you can go to the chief of officer so that 2 cars ready.
Oh.
Then you break car, you manage, you can go for more than 6 years.
Yeah, but they're talking about 15,000, so it's not going to be a brand new car. So it's not, and they know that government standard, government can buy used car. So where do we go to find? Yeah, so where are we going to find and you brand new car for 15,000? Is it that we'll take the money and just go buy? Will we be acting in the confine of the law? They initially welcome it, but can we work in the confine of the law? Let's talk to other colors. You live?
Yeah.
No, sorry, the line is bad. Let's talk to this caller. You live?
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Frank here calling from Telephone from the
Francis, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, when it comes to the issue of buying, no officers to still held on those girls because buying them 15,000 car for me, they're not necessary.
No, but they put into the working too. Not necessary, but they also enhancing the work that our lawmakers are also doing as well.
I understand. They were working. They need to be respected. They need equipment and we empower them to do the work.
Yeah,
but even so, they still do not follow the law because everybody is buying everything for their share. The people are here, they don't want to lot of people in here for the tenant to their offices for work. And I've seen office staff in the state and the same under the window of treatment. But the people that were using the hospital, they got to provide a transportation. Oh, I love for the 5,000 car. Look only the other who did the money, they don't for the 5,000 car. But they say for the 5,000 car, why they get money for the 5,000 car to 10,000 car is 50,000 back camera and stuff.
And they can go to America, other places, they get duty-free privileges, they can bring car. Why can't get to the pool? Some of them can bring buses and start running it, bring container of drugs and all of these things.
Yeah, but if it's not, the law won't make about 5 yellow machine, but the government about 5 yellow machine.
Oh, man,
so I see on my house promote buying 50,000 car for all this time. Now I put cut down their car expensive. They're just a working car. The inside the law.
Okay, thank you. That's how I would like to draw the curtains on this Thursday afternoon edition of the People's Program, your lunchtime program, The Heat on Kool 91.9. I've been sitting in the last couple of days. You know, man said I'm not well, but it is the call of duty and this is the people's job. I have to do it. Trust me. That's how I will leave you and say many thanks to all of you for watching, sharing, forming in, and Sakano being here, controlling all of the cameras and sounds, making sure that people across the world watch me from the city of Pinsville, Montserrat, Liberia. I'm Weekie Brooks, and I suffer no identity crisis. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon.
The agency is somewhat challenged in terms of manpower and logistics to combating those drug traffickers.
The law enforcement sector in Labrador, not just LDA, we will not get 1,000 or 100% of what we want, but I can tell you that we are there, we are reaching there. The government of Labrador is supporting us in every means and bound to ensure that we go after traffickers. We have